go see the doctor.
There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood.
Between 1930 and 1940, during the years of the Depression, when segregation and racism was enshrined in laws, when there was no black representation in government, even in the face of these horrible conditions, the black community had the highest marriage rate of any group in society. Our institutions served as an anchor for us. And so therefore, elderly people could walk in their neighborhood without fear of being assaulted by their grandchildren. Our business formation rate was high then. If we were able to accomplish the building of hospitals, dental schools, hotels, movie theaters, vaudeville theaters, if we were able to accomplish this.
You know, when I hear things like this, or I see things like this report, it makes me wonder, why can't we achieve these things today? We achieved so many things when we weren't supposed to. And now we can, and we're not achieving anything. Come on, people, wake up. But we've been saying that for a long time.
Life, but that really ain't gonna get it. You feel me? You got to really go out and get it, man. You know, that's what most people say. You got to get up and go get it. And if you only know how to get it one way, then you limited. And you know, it's hard when you're trying to accomplish a dream. You feel me? My dream was to own a store or something on Western or in the hood, and every time I got close to it, it got snatched away. Thank you. Welcome to the Dr. Crip Show. I'm talking to Sexy Red, 22, 23, 30, 24. What is that? I know. Put your glasses on. And it's Sexy as Red, not Sexy Red. Sexy as Red. I was answering her question about how if the gangs are so tight, why they niggas supposed to be on? Don't they put each other on? No, man. That's the truth. That though. The gangs is cutthroats, one of the most cutthroats things you can ever do in your life. That's why you stop your kids from gangbanging. You don't ever want them to be a part of this. Why would you want that? Never. You know, but like I was saying earlier with the dreams, my dream was to have a bit. I'm gonna tell you the story about me trying to get a building in my hood so that I can own. Yeah, I done had 3 different buildings in my hood. I don't know who had more than that, but I done had 3 of them. Couldn't get down one of them. Either they wanted too much money or they were just jealous and didn't want me to have the building. And there's nothing I could do about it. Now, one building I was in, the lady wanted too much for the building. It was out of my league. I ain't even trying to ask my family. So one day, one of my boys come to see me, and he talking. He like, man, look, let's go across the street to the liquor store. So when we walked across the street to the liquor store, he started walking in the alley, and he said, man, look, when I was a little boy, my daddy used to bring me over here. So we walking, he like, man, I used to run through here. He said the building is somewhere right around here. So he walked through the alley and, cut through the liquor store and walked through the alley, and he started walking towards 92nd Street. So I'm like, Hey man, you're doing too much, man. Don't you can't. He like, no, the building is right here somewhere. I'm like, man, it ain't no buildings right there. There's nothing there. At that time, it was the automotive service, young. You feel me? So he like, nah, man, the building is right here. So I'm like, I walk down there and walk over there. I'm like, man, what are you talking about? He like, that's the building. I said, man, that little shack right there. He like, yeah, man, that's the building. I'm like, man, that building been closed for a long time. You saying your daddy owned that building? He like, man, my daddy owned that building, man. My daddy used to own a lot of property around here. I'm like, are you serious? I said, man, I need that building. I want that building. He said, man, I'm going to see if I can make it happen for you. Look how God works. You think he might want you to get that building, but who knows? He could have a whole nother plan, like, which he exposed later down the line as I proceed. He like, man, I'm going to holler at my daddy. Okay, get back at me. Hey, man, look, we're going to meet you at the building today. Pull up over there. For sure. I pull up over to the building. Pops get out the car. Pops is 79-ish, 80-ish. Pops been a boss his whole life. Go see the doctor. In real life without having to be in a gang. What you think cutthroat is in a gang? What do you think jealousy is in a gang? What do you think haterism, jealousy, envy, or I just don't want to see you succeed? What do you think that is in a gang? All those emotions, all that is amplified 10 times worse when you in a gang. You are non-affiliate. You don't have nothing to do with no gangs or nothing. But you got people all in your business, hating on you at work, mad because the pastor cool with you, the car wash, people at the car wash like you, they let you cut in at line because you they don't know, but you tip excellent and you broke and they like you, and people hate that. Who she thinks she is? Who we think he is? All he got is a Kia. I'm back here in the Porsche and they ain't letting me in. You know, people be hating for the dumbest reason. Just imagine if you in a gang, though. That hate could be death. That hate could turn into a prison term of life or anything like that. You know, it could hurt one of your family members, anything. So, you know, just remember that it could always be worse if you're in a gang. Welcome to the Dr. Crip Show, man. I'm your host, Dr. Crip. I am the man, and we are ending the sickness over here. If you don't want to end sickness, why are you here? We are ending the sickness over here, man. Thank you for tuning in to the Dr. Crip Show. Today we're talking about haters and, you know, people that hold you back or get jealous or just anything negative, and how it amplifies when you're in a gang, which is another reason not to join a gang, to keep your kids away from stuff like that, because it could be a problem. It could be a gang problems, homie. It's not gang problems. They affect the community. They affect your personal life, your family's life. What do I have to do because my son didn't want to give your homie a ride home because I told him that he had to be home by 10 to drive the car? But because he got to give some other degenerates ride home. Now he can't use the card no more, so he got to get DP. Y'all got the stupidest rules in America. And all you doing is just hanging out at a park all day. Come on, man. It got to be better than this. But it brings me to when I was in my sickness, the stuff that you have to go through, the stuff that you put up with, you know. It's this is check fraud, man. I was the man. You know, Tiny Dancer just couldn't stand it, you know, for whatever reason. He hated that I was the man. And it wasn't even my fault, man. Just me being the natural person who I am, a player, smooth, I'm out about my business one day. I see one of my homies I ain't seen in a long time. He from Santana, you feel me? He got a house in the hood, you feel me? So I see him out there watering the grass and everything. So I pull over and what's up, man? He like, man, what's happening, man? I ain't seen you in a minute. Yeah, what's going on? Nothing, man.
Go
me and
see
my
the
wife.
doctor.
Today I want to talk about loyalty and death and the path that most of our people are on. The illusion of gang banging is not going to always be. At some point, the sickness will catch up with you. And in your sickness, you want to be at peace. And how can you be at peace in your sickness? What are you talking about, Dr. Crip? What do you mean? In order to be at peace in your sickness, you have to have accepted your sickness and learn to deal with your sickness and learn how to manage your sickness like any other sickness. GAMD is real. Gang addiction mental disorder. Now, how do you manage this? Like I said before, a good family, a good home, business, doing something for other people, going out, making a difference, not tripping on this fool because he ain't came to the hood in 10 years. Or he ain't been, what has he ever done? You feel me? All that's an illusion, and it's a sickness. And some people's sicknesses are worse than others. But when your sickness catches up with you in this game, that means 1, you're dead. 2, you're in life, in prison. Your life has now become part of the prison population. That means that your vote no longer matters. How you feel. You still have a life that you're in prison, but most of us don't want that type of life. And for the ones that get out after doing the 25 and all that, and you come back to the same thing, and you want to take over the same thing, that's a different sickness all in a whole nother matter. But this sickness, death, it takes a lot of good people with it when you're in your sickness, and it's over. It's too many names. Now we can start with the most present names around us, You feel me? Big block. Ant 111. Wiz, Raymond, Mad, 6-0. Each of these people were managing their sickness in a very good way because they were doing it how they felt. You feel me? To manage their sickness. But just like that, it's over. So where are you going to be when your sickness comes to an end? How do you want your legacy to be remembered? Because it's over with. There's no more business. There's no more cars. There's no more girls. There's no more nothing. Everything that you have built is now gone. And most family don't respect it after you didn't took a lifetime to build it. That's why it's important to teach your kids the importance of never getting sick, of how to prevent the sickness so you can live a healthy, long, grateful, and respectful life that was built.
Look at me, rep my God, like my block, quiet down, I will not, I get loud, I don't stop, I don't bow, except to God. Only one of those who gave his only son a go to die. Only one that rose to save us, make us wanna go, hoorah. I just know that I'm indebted, pride get credit, big debit, bought my soul, lifted every sin that I commit, pick could have been deaded. I should have been said it, I was big headed, didn't know I was infected. I was sick of ridiculous with it, living in deliverance, and I give it to him and on big stepping. I got a big question, you ever knew real love? I mean that unconditional, no matter what I forgive love. If the ones with you knew your biggest secrets and worst thoughts, would they still love? Well, God knows it and still does, cause he don't change and he is love. Real talk. Had it back on my head, I was lost, I was dead, could be gone, but instead, paid on cross, blood was shed. So I put my faith in God, like he said. I just put my faith in God, like he said. Now my dude, I'm bustin', my new life bustin'.
See the doctor. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood.